Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Disney Plus Infinity Ultron Build-A-Figure wave, Kate Bishop. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember, you can now hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today we continue looking at the Marvel Legends Disney Plus Infinity Ultron Build-A-Figure wave with Kate Bishop, aka the new Hawkeye, if she takes on the mantle, which we are assuming she will. Really enjoyed seeing her in the Hawkeye Disney Plus series, and I love adding brand new characters that we've never had before to our expanding collections, and that's what we can do here. And I did like Haley Steinfeld's sort of portrayal of the character as well. Looking forward to seeing how she interacts with other characters in the MCU. Where she will appear next, we will have to find out, but we can add her to our collections right now. She comes with a couple of sets of interchangeable hands. She also comes with a bow and quiver. Of course, the quiver is on her back, and she comes with a Build-A-Figure piece for the Infinity Ultron. The image on the side is the same image that's on the back. We get a write-up that reads: uncomfortable with her wealthy birthright, rebellious Kate Bishop's well-meaning determination sets her on a collision course with her superhero idol, Hawkeye. And then, as always, you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to complete the Infinity Ultron Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Kate Bishop. So as I said, always enjoy adding new characters. Let's get her open. Here we have Kate Bishop out of the packaging with all of her accessories. And she, of course, comes with a Build-A-Figure piece for the Infinity Ultron Build-A-Figure. We have a leg, so you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel and come back, as we will build him once we have got to the end of the wave. Today, we are focusing on Kate. And first impressions, people, she looks great. Again, completely pinless female Marvel Legend with double jointed knees, double jointed elbows. She's got butterfly joints and just really great character design captured in plastic. The lightness looks great as well. She cuts a great silhouette. I really like the tone of purple. So lots to like here. She comes with her bow, which is different to Hawkeye's because she has like a more stylized bow, which does have some like sort of wood paneling. And she comes with two hands that are sort of used for the bow and arrow, because she can use her left and right hand. So she has two gripping hands and two sort of pull back bow hands. I assume that is the case, but let's zoom in and take a closer look at that beautiful face. Now, I may be a little bit biased, as I think Haley Steinfeld is gorgeous, but I do think they've done a good job of capturing her likeness in plastic here. Again, that digital face printing tech cannot be beat at this scale. Makes such a difference. And yeah, from certain angles, people, it is spot on. They have absolutely nailed it. No complaints here. She's got two strands of hair, two sort of clumps of hair from her fringe sort of dangling down either side, and then she's got her hair in a long ponytail around the back. So that allows for some great movement as well. So you can get her looking up and down and some tilting as well. So yeah, great range of motion and great likeness there. I like the sort of subtle pink on the lips. You can see her eyes and the sort of eyebrows match the hair. Yeah, no complaints at all. Her quiver is attached to like this harness piece, which is already on the figure. Now, I assume you can't get that off. Maybe you could heat it up and pull it off over the arm, but I don't need to take that off. So the harness with the quiver attached is a separate plastic piece, all in black. And again, her sort of bow pieces are attached to the quiver, one solid piece, which is a shame. Again, it would have been great to have a hollow quiver with some trick arrows or some separate arrows just for posing on a display. Her outfit herself has got some nice texture to it, to the sort of purple. It's got like that basketball texture with some sort of clean spots here on the other elements of purple. So the different elements of purple are a different texture essentially, all the way down the arms as well. Again, double jointed, pinless elbows on a female Marvel Legend. Like, can we ask for more than that? And then look at that, butterfly joints as well. Like, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. No ab crunch, but you do get the diaphragm ball joint up top, so lots of movement. Let me just zoom out a little bit so you can see what's going on. So that's where you get your waist swivel up here at the diaphragm, no waist cut or anything like that. You do get the sort of thigh cut though, and then double jointed, pinless knees. She can kick her ass all day long, ankle pivot, rocker. So yeah, you can get her to look, it looks like she's pulling out a bow there from the quiver, and then you can get her holding the bow and arrow. So yeah, honestly, people, really, really like this. No complaints here. She has potential to be one of the best female Marvel Legends for the MCU at least. Down her belt here, she's actually got some different colour. Maybe these are where the trick arrows are. You've got a bit of green and a bit of blue on this sort of belt piece. The belt buckle's got a bit of silver. And again, hopefully the light captures the texturing of her uniform as well. And there are different shades of purple throughout it as well. And just really nice sculpt with this sort of quiver overlay. And the trousers are just all black. She has got some sculpted pockets though. A little bit of purple highlight on there as well. And then the boots are even a different shade of black to the trousers, and they're sculpted as well, so you can see them. They're like over the ankle here. So yeah, just all in all, people, I ain't got nothing bad to say about this. This is beautiful. Let's take a look at her bow. So here's her bow, obviously all made out of plastic. Again, maybe you could cut this off and turn this into string, but otherwise you get this soft piece of plastic here to sort of allow for some stretching. She's got this wood paneling on these handles here, and then she grips it here in the middle, which is all black. So yeah, all black apart from the wood paneling, and hers is a different bow to Hawkeye's, of course, so they both have unique bows. Hawkeye's is all black with the sort of white handle, and hers is like wider compared to Hawkeye's. His is more sort of streamlined. But yeah, hard to get on both on camera because they're both pretty big. But of course, Hawkeye needs a bow and arrow. So if she's going to hold up the mantle, then she needs one. So let's get her holding it. So there she is holding the bow. And to be honest, it doesn't matter which hand you get her to hold it. She has two gripping hands, as I've already mentioned. And I think the phrase is ambidextrous, where she can use both her left and right hand. I am not that skillful, but she can grip it in both hands, no problem at all. So if we switch it here, and I never know which sort of end of the handle they have to hold, the sort of bottom bit or the top bit, but there you go. She can hold it in both hands, and then she comes with two sort of pullback hands as well. So let's swap out them. So here's the other set of hands, which, as I said, are just sort of more like open palms, but they are intended to be like the pullback hands for the bow, and you can see her purple gloves there as well match the uniform too. So let's combine everything together and get her pulling back her bow and arrow. And there you go. Would you look at that? That poses up really, really nicely. And as I said, you can flip this and do this with the other set of hands as well, as she comes with the two grips. And yeah, it looks really nice posed up like that. Really, really like this figure. If you couldn't tell, it does a great job of representing this brand new character to the MCU in plastic so soon. And yeah, this is really, really nice. And of course, here we have Clint and Kate together. They complement each other beautifully. Both of them have a different shade of purple, but it works with Kate's being a little bit brighter. Hawkeye is also a little bit taller, so the scale works well too. Both completely pinless and both great, accurate representations of the characters from that Disney Plus series. Honestly, really excited to see where else Kate will pop up within the MCU. But yeah, if you want to see more of an in-depth look on Hawkeye, go and check out my individual review for him, as I do lots of head swaps and comparisons with all the previous Hawkeyes. But my conclusion was this is the best Marvel Legends Hawkeye, even with a beaten up face. But yeah, go and watch that for a better look. But yeah, together. Here we have Kate compared to a couple of other Phase 4 females with Sylvie and Lelena. And of course, she appeared in the Hawkeye show, but in her more stealth gear. So I do hope to see that in figure form in the future. But with the Echo spin-off, I'm assuming we're going to get an Echo figure and maybe a Kingpin figure, and maybe even a new Daredevil as well, if he is going to show up in She-Hulk. So yeah, overall, these three look great. Always love adding new characters to the display. All three of these got their figures for the first time for Phase 4, but I do think Kate is the standout. And I just mentioned Daredevil and She-Hulk, so we may as well look at Kate compared to them in figure form. And again, she looks really good. I am looking forward to seeing Kate interact with more MCU characters, and I do think her and Jennifer would be a good pairing. They both like purple. And then, even though you probably can't see them on my white background, here we have a couple more figures from this Disney Plus Infinity Ultron Build-A-Figure wave, as we have Moon Knight and Mr. Knight, who I promise is there, but he's wearing all white, so you can't see him. He's basically invisible. And to wrap up, here we have Frogman, Tigra, and White Rabbit. And if I remember correctly, Kate's friend in Hawkeye actually had the same first name as Tigra. So was that Tigra? And last but absolutely never least, here we have Captain Britain and Hal, Fire, Hank. And no, I will not allow either of these two to hit that gorgeous face. So, final thoughts on this Marvel Legends Disney Plus Infinity Ultron Kate Bishop. Honestly, I said it earlier and I'm not joking, potentially one of the best female MCU Marvel Legends, full stop, period. I think the likeness is great and just overall it captures the essence of the character from that Disney Plus series. Honestly, really impressed with this figure. One of Hasbro's best, so give credit where credit is due. I'm sure you would agree with me when you get it in hand. Now, if I'm going to be greedy and I have to nitpick, I always like options, so maybe a different expression on a head sculpt would have been great, or maybe, as I mentioned, a hollow quiver with some trick arrows or some separate arrows for posing. But again, that's me being nitpicky. Overall, really happy with this figure. She looks great standing next to Hawkeye. They complement each other really well, and I look forward to seeing more of her in live action in the MCU. So we shall see where she shows up next. But you let me know in the comments below, do you like this figure? And also, where do you think she's going to show up next in the MCU? Like, I'm genuinely curious. Let me know in the comments below. And if you like Marvel Legends, then you're in the right place. Check out the videos tab, find the playlists, but most importantly, please, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, don't miss out on a video, and please, hit that join button, become a channel member, either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Come and join me on a live stream and talk some Marvel Legends. If not, you can follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and I'm on Twitter as well. Tweet me, don't be shy, at Dan Who Reviews. And until then, I am Dan W, and I will of course see you on the next one.